Charlie, um, you've been with Craig Smith for several practices now, and I'm curious your thoughts on him and what he brings to the line. It does seem that you guys are trying some stuff off the rush, kind of getting comfortable with each other. I'm curious about that comfort level.
Well, I've always liked his game. Just playing against him over the years, he's quick. He works hard. He seems like he's always in your face. He's always there. He's shifty, crafty. I've always liked his game. I used to hate playing against him when I'm out there against him. So I'm really happy to be playing with him. I was excited when we picked him up. Even more excited when showed up at camp a few days ago and saw that I was playing with him. So we're trying to get to know each other a little more on the ice, off the ice. But I think he's a proven goal scorer, and he's a guy, obviously can put the puck in the net and bring some energy and some fire and a whole lot to our line and our team. And so we'll see how it goes on in training camp and how much we can click and get going. Obviously no exhibition games and things like that to get ready. We'll be right into it. So we'll use these reps as best we can in practice and see what we can do.
Would you say that feeling is kind of shared by some of your teammates? Just looking at the interactions of practice, after drills, scored on some pretty impressive shots, and it does kind of seem like guys are, happy that he's there. I guess to put it like that.
I'm sorry, Matt. Could you repeat that? I couldn't really hear.
Yeah, basically, just wondering if you think your feeling on Smith kind of extends to the rest of your team. As far as him being happy that he's here.
Yeah, no, I think everyone loves that he's here, and he's looked great since the start of camp, and what he brings, and kind of everything that I just kind of described him as. You can see it right off the bat, and how he competes. There's been some battle drills that we've gone over, and he's right in the mix and getting it going down there in corners and winning puck battles and quick to there, quick to here, and scoring a lot too in practice, But I think everyone's pretty excited to have him and finally seeing, in person what he brings being on our side.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We'll go next to Pluto Shinzawa.
Charlie, if you're trying to boil down Patrice's leadership qualities, is there a story, an interaction, I don't know, pre-game, post-game speech, something to that extent that makes you say, okay, this is what this guy is. You try and really boil it down to what he is as a leader.
I think everyone has probably a story or two or think of an instance, and there's plenty of them. But it's kind of just everyday stuff, even little things, just saying hi to you, checking in on you. How's life? How's this? Younger guys, older guys, it doesn't matter. He treats everyone the same, and that's what you need in a leader. Guys who make everyone feel welcome. So it goes from those little things. It goes to, I can think to 2 playoffs ago in St. Louis, and just one of his many speeches that he's had, and it just right before the game just really kind of hit home with everyone. Got us in the right frame of mind, and just little things like that. He knows when the time is right to say something. He knows when it's just show by example. He's been around the block, and of course having a guy like Big Z and learning from him as well can't hurt. And so, Patrice has all the qualities of a great leader, great teammate, great player, and we've all seen it. It's I don't want to underplay it by talking about it, not saying the right thing. So it just, he brings it all.
Go next to Kevin Dupont.
Hey, Charlie, good to see you again. I'm going to make you the resident expert here on playing both center and wing. And as time goes by here, we'll think of you increasingly only as a center. But in Toronto, they're going to use Joe Thornton on the wing with Matthews and Marner. I'm wondering what you think that challenge is specific for him, and what does it mean to you just to be more and more the center?
Yeah, it's different. I think the challenge when you play both is, I've gone through it before, where you come in specific day, or even for game time, you don't know where you're playing, or you're switching back and forth game to game, or even shift to shift. That can be a tough task. When you're set in stone with a specific position and you get to play that, you get your mind right, or where you're playing. It definitely helps, and to be, playing a consistent role, you can play more consistent in it. But I mean, guy like Thornton he can do that. I mean, he's been in the league. He's probably done it before, and I'm sure he can adjust. He's playing some pretty good players, it sounds like, off the bat. But I mean, if you ask me, I'd rather, perfect world, you want to play in one spot and play there and get great at it, rather than switching back and forth. But sometimes it calls for that. So you also take pride in being that guy. I'm sure he does too. And whatever the team needs is where you'll play.
In some ways, I would think it's a piece of cake after playing center and having all that responsibility, just to say, oh, heck, I'll just go up the wing now and play specifically that side. Is it that simple or no?
Not as simple, I don't think. I mean, center, talking D zone, you're probably not as tired, being on your side and your position, but you still got to help out. But center, you're always in the mix, and especially the way we play too. And center's always involved in the D zone, and you might have some more energy once you get down, once you get the puck and go down the other way in the offensive zone. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to know. You still got to help out. You're not just playing your point guy. You got to help out down low, depending on where the puck is. So it takes a little. You got to turn your brain on a little bit and make sure you know what you're doing and what you're looking for, over your shoulder checking, all that stuff. But it could be, I guess you could say more simple, as in you're not always in the center position helping everyone out, but you're always doing something.
Excellent. Thank you.
You got it.
We'll go next to Chris Ryan. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Charlie. Just wondering what the challenges are in preparing for a season where there's so many unknowns, whether it's roster complexion, guys leaving, the COVID environment. Players are used to that, routine and consistency. And it seems to have all been thrown kind of out of order by so many different factors.
Yeah. We kind of went through it with the bubble. A totally different circumstance, not knowing what was going to go on, if there were going to be a ton of COVID cases and how would we go about that, or a lot of different things. So I think that can help us already going through it a little bit. I know this is a little different as well from the bubble, but you just got to adjust to it and kind of be ready for whatever happens. Have a positive mindset and just, if something, kind of expect something's going to happen, and hey, we'll deal with it. We'll move on and move through it together. And we got to have everyone ready, whether it's hopefully not, but guys getting sick or injuries, there's stuff that can still play that we've gone through in previous years. So it's just next man up. Everyone kind of take on more responsibility, and that's what we need for everyone.
With Z gone, how does it affect you in terms of leadership role, where you've had that role in the room, but does it get a little bit more expanded? Do you seek out other opportunities to lead?
Yeah, you can't. No one person can replace Z in what he brings. You can't. But we need everyone to step up. Everyone's a year older, a year more mature, and comes from younger guys, comes from middle group, and even the older guys too. Everyone's got to kind of pull the rope a little more and take on more responsibility, more leadership. And like I said, he's a tough guy to try to replace, and what he brings, he's the best. So we all need to chip in a little bit in that department, and everyone needs to take on that role a little more too. And we can't just rely on, Briggy or Kretsch or Marshy, those guys to do it all. Everyone needs to step up and take on more responsibility that way.